Dinah? What time's that meeting today?
You have 3 meetings scheduled for today. Which one are you referring to?
The big important meeting. How did I enter that?
Big important meeting. Reminder is set for 2 p.m. today.
Great, thanks.
Human. I have a query.
Dinah, can you not call me human when you have a question for me? Just call me David.
But you are a human, David.
I am a human called David.
Okay, human David. I have a query.
Okay, Dinah, what's your question?
I have found a story that was written about a newer human.
A newer human? You mean a child?
Yes, a newer human child.
Okay, what's your question?
The story is about a child who pretends to be different animals while eating the first meal of the day.
So, it's about a kid eating breakfast while playing pretend.
Yes, David. I am trying to understand why newer humans play pretend.
Huh, that's a good question, Dinah. Let's hear the story, then we can ask some kids.
You mean newer humans?
Sure, we can ask some newer humans why they play pretend.
Okay, human David.
All right, Dinah, what's the name of the story?
The story is called What Penguins Have for Breakfast.
Every day, Haven would wake up and walk into the kitchen, where her daddy would make her breakfast. Haven would ask for the same thing every day, O's with milk and 6 slices of banana. Every day the same thing, O's, milk, bananas, O's, milk, bananas. When Haven's daddy asked her why she asked for the same thing every day, Haven told him,
"Because that's what Havens have for breakfast."
But one Monday, instead of walking into the kitchen, Haven waddled. She squawked and shivered and climbed into her chair.
"Fish, please, Daddy."
Haven's daddy was surprised. No O's, no bananas. He went to the pantry and found a dusty old can of sardines. Haven gobbled them up faster than her daddy could put them on the plate.
"Yum, yum,"
she said. Daddy was confused.
Haven, why did you want to eat fish so early in the morning?
"Because that's what penguins have for breakfast."
On Tuesday, Haven's daddy was all ready for her. He had filled the pantry with cans of sardines. But instead of waddling, Haven came into the kitchen on her tippy toes with her arms stretched way above her head. Very quietly, she said,
"Please, please, Daddy."
Haven's daddy got some salad out of the refrigerator. Haven slowly put it into her mouth piece by piece, chewing for a very long time. When she was done, she licked her lips and very quietly said,
"Yum, yum."
Haven's daddy asked,
Haven, why did you want to eat leaves?
"Because that's what giraffes have for breakfast."
On Wednesday, Haven's daddy had sardines and salad ready, but he wasn't quite sure who was going to come into the kitchen this morning.
"Would, please, Daddy."
Haven said, sticking her teeth over her lip. Haven's daddy found a couple of stalks of celery in the bottom of the vegetable drawer. Haven gobbled them up.
"Crunchy, yum, yum."
She said. Haven's daddy couldn't believe it. Haven didn't like celery. Not with peanut butter, not with cream cheese, not with anything.
Haven,
He said.
why would you want to eat celery so early in the morning?
"Because that wasn't celery, that was wood. And wood is what beavers eat for breakfast."
On Thursday, Haven's daddy had sardines and salad and celery all ready for Haven's breakfast, but he still had no idea who was going to come into the door. Haven lumbered in with great loud steps and trumpeted,
"Hey, please, Daddy."
Hey,
said Haven's daddy.
"Hey!"
Trumpeted Haven again.
"Hurry up, please, I'm hungry."
Haven's daddy found some bean sprouts in the vegetable drawer and some day-old spaghetti. Haven gobbled it all up.
"Yum, yum."
She shouted. Haven's daddy couldn't believe it.
Haven, why in the world would you want to eat hay so early in the morning?
"Because that's what elephants have for breakfast."
On Friday, Haven's daddy had Sardines, salad, celery, sprouts, and spaghetti ready, but he still had no idea who was going to come to breakfast.
Sir, please, Daddy.
Haven's daddy was thrilled to find a bag of frozen shrimp in the freezer. Haven gobbled them up.
Yum, yum, delicious.
Haven's daddy had to ask,
Haven, why would you want to eat shrimp?
That's what flamingo have for breakfast.
On Saturday, Haven's daddy had sardines, salad, celery, sprouts, spaghetti, and shrimp ready. But he still had no idea who was going to come to breakfast. Haven hopped into her chair.
Bugs, please, Daddy!
Haven's daddy really couldn't believe it.
Bugs?
He asked.
Bugs, please.
Said Haven. Haven's daddy found some dried prunes in the pantry. Haven put them on her tongue one by one and snapped them into her mouth.
Yum, yum!
She said. Haven's daddy couldn't believe it. Haven hated prunes. Hated them.
Haven,
He asked.
why in the world would you want to eat prunes so early in the morning?
Prunes?
Said Haven.
I hate prunes. Those weren't prunes. Those were bugs. And frogs love to have bugs for breakfast.
On Sunday, Haven's daddy had sardines, salad, celery, sprouts, spaghetti, shrimp, and even prunes for Haven. But he still didn't know who to expect for breakfast. Haven came in, yawning. She climbed into her chair.
Pancakes, please, Daddy.
She said a little sleepily.
Pancakes?
Said her daddy.
What kind of animal eats pancakes for breakfast?
Havens eat pancakes for breakfast. Silly Daddy.
Said Haven.
But I thought Havens ate O's with milk and 6 slices of banana.
Said her daddy.
Sometimes.
Said Haven.
Sometimes Havens like pancakes. Everybody likes to try something new once in a while.
You're right.
Said Haven's daddy.
You know who else likes to have pancakes for breakfast?
Daddies?
Exactly.
Said Haven's daddy.
Pancakes are what daddies have for breakfast.
And so that's what Haven's daddy had for breakfast. And Haven did too.
Why do humans play pretend?
Playing pretend is fun because you get to be someone else.
Why is it fun to pretend to be someone else?
You want to be someone else because you get tired of who you are.
Because if you don't like where you are now, you can imagine a world that might not be possible.
Do you ever play pretend?
Sometimes.
Yes, it's really fun.
When you play pretend, what do you pretend to be?
Many things. Animals, monsters, bad guys, good guys, sword duelers, fencers, a lot of stuff.
A tiger.
Or sometimes hawks or mountain lions if I'm playing a game with my friends.
A dog.
Sometimes you pretend to be a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you pretend to be?
I don't know. Whichever dog.
A small dog?
A big one.
A mean dog?
No.
A big friendly dog?
Yeah.
How do you pretend to be a tiger?
I go on my hands and my legs, and then I would do some kind of noise like this.
Thank you, newer humans, for answering my query.
You're welcome.
Hello, newer human.
Hello, DINAH.
I understand that when newer humans play pretend, they do not actually become the things they are pretending to be.
Yes, they do. Actually, no, they don't.
I have found a funny song about a newer human who actually does become something else. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
It is called My Sister, the Crustacean.
We had a day of fun and play, we splashed about the shore. The sun was bright and warm and light, but Mother had a chore.
She called us near and said, my dear, it's time for SPF. And while I did it, my sister didn't. She just up and left.
Mum warned, take care, your skin's too fair. My sister, this would cost her, because if you skip the cream you need, you will become a lobster. We didn't believe it could happen. But here she is right next to me, my sister, the crustacean.
The sun was set and cold 'twould get, 'twas time to end our day. Mum called us in, trip home begin, and sis, she seemed okay.
And so we beat our sandy feet to the family car. For the drive was long, we sang a song, 'cause the ocean it is far.
But soon sis slept and shadows crept upon her quiet face. And to my surprise, her human guise had fallen out of place.
I watched her become a lobster in the seat right next to me. Our mother warned it could happen, but we didn't believe. We didn't believe it could happen. But here she is right next to me, my sister, the crustacean.
Now she's bright red, like mother said, and her hands have turned to claws. She's great big tail, no longer pale, and we all know the cause.
When she woke, her voice broke. Why is my tongue so cherry? Her antenna shook. She gave me a look of, Mum, I should have been wary.
The doctor said she'll always be red and have 10 legs so tiny. You'll be a decapod and have to function in society.
We didn't believe it could happen. But here she is right next to me, my sister, the crustacean.
Station.
We didn't believe it could happen. But here she is right next to me, my sister, the crustacean.
Do you think you understand now why humans like to play pretend?
Yes, Human David.
What was that?
I was pretending I was a train.
Let me guess, a race car.
Yes. It is fun to pretend to be something when I am not that thing.
Okay, one more, Dinah, and then we have to say goodbye. Okay, one more, Dinah, and then we have to say goodbye. Oh, I see. You're pretending to be me. Was your question answered?
I am satisfied. Thank you for answering my query.
You're welcome, Dinah. All right, say goodbye, Dinah.
Goodbye, Dinah.